Okay, whew, this is another one that's interesting. If nothing else, these are some curious kingdoms we've got so far. So we got rats and tower, which potentially is nice. It just like gain 20 rats for 20 points. Is there a rush of some sort there? I'm not sure exactly what else you're piling out. Imagine you got like a bunch of workers' villages, and then you played a bunch of rats, and then you bought a bunch of wayfarers or something. That's a thing to think about. My guess is there's not. I don't think there's any straightforward rush where you just like go headlong into like piling rats or anything like that. But I think a very likely scenario here is you get like a working engine, and then you get in a position where you're threatening to three pile or something, and you just buy two rats, and then you use those rats to just like drain the rats pile all at once and score 20 points that way. Seems like a likely outcome. The big downside of that, of course, is I expect the main economy here to be silvers from Wayfarer. And if you're doing the rats out, you're going to kill all your silvers. And you're not going to be able to use those for payload. So that'd have to be like a definitely for sure final turn thing. I think in the interim... Oh, there's no trashing here, is there? Hadn't noticed that yet. Well, that's a pain in the butt. I mean, rats trashes, but like not really. Yeah, there's no way to thin your cards at all. I don't like that. So I feel like you're still doing like Workers Village, Wayfarer. The threat of adding a bunch of rats at the end is real. But it's going to be hard, isn't it, to get deck control? Because there's no way to get thin. Ah. Gross. Because you have to draw your deck. You have to be able to draw your deck to be able to pile out rats. It only works if you've gotten to the end of your deck. So you have to have enough draw to do that. Man, all of a sudden I'm questioning everything about this game. So like imagine that you only get say half the Wayfarers. Well then Workers Village plus Wayfarer is 2 draw. So you get like 5 Wayfarers, 5 Workers Villages. You can get up to a 15 card hand size, maybe 16 if your Piazza hits. But you're starting with 10 stop cards. You add 2 more rats, that's 12 stop cards. That doesn't leave you a whole lot of room for payload now, does it? It also means the normal way you would get Wayfarer, like just get plus buy and play and buy copper by Wayfarer, is less reliable because if you add a bunch of coppers to your deck, then now you can't draw to the end of your deck anymore. Goodness. Oh, what is this game? Maybe there's some more way I talk myself into just playing Rebuild or something. Wow. So what am I doing here? I have no idea. Huh. A lot of the kingdom's just junk. Harvest looks terrible. Brigand looks terrible. Herbalist looks terrible. So what if you do a different run? What if you just like... No, now I'm back to like, what if you just like add early rats or something and just like build up the rats progressively over time so you never have to draw your deck? But then your deck is just gonna like... It's gonna get really bad really fast if you do that. Ay, 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 ay. Mm. What do you do? How do you even get up to the like Wayfair Workers Village thing? Are you adding silvers? I don't want silvers. I don't want too many silvers in my deck. Is that true? Maybe Scholar plus Capital has never let anyone down because no one's ever done that before. Because, like, why would you do those? um, well, I hope he plays Scholar Capital. I mean, who knows? Maybe that's the right thing. Who am I to say? You could do like Workers Village Scholar with like Harvest as payload. I don't know. What if I open with rats and that's how I get to Wayfarer? Is I like trash an estate and then Wayfarer only costs 4? Gosh, I don't know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take rats. Um, I'm just thoroughly confused by this game. I don't want to hit 3. 3 sucks. I don't want more silvers. I guess I'm taking another silver. It also appears we're going to be playing some flag games for a bit. Oh, that's a good draw by him. You only have a 1 in 6 chance of drawing your flag turn 2 if you buy flag turn 1. But if you do, it means you hit 5. Maybe I'll just play rebuild or something. I'm not sure what you do with 5 exactly. Yeah, he's just playing rebuild. Okay, well, I guess it's on me now. I've locked myself into doing this nonsense. Did I get the sombrero? Oh my goodness. Of all things, that's my silver and my rats down there. I'm sad. I'm sad now. I want it to be official on the record that I am upset. So he had the 1 in 6 chance of the nice draw where you hit flag, or you draw flag and hit 5 turn 2. And stop! Goodness gracious, Crab Cat. I had the 1 in 66 chance of my 12 cards, the 2 on the bottom both being the ones that I bought, which is like the worst possible outcome, turn 3, turn 4 in most scenarios. This is already going horrific. Nah, I got the flag back. Look at that, rats do work. So now I'm going to take Wayfarer. He's taking Capital. Intriguing. Piazza or Workers Village? I think Workers Village is better for the moment. I don't have a whole lot of stuff in my deck to hit. Do I want more rats yet? I still don't exactly know what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure it ends with me having 20 rats. That's the goal. Not totally sure how I get there. I think I don't want to play rats unless absolutely necessary. Because I think I'm fine just having 2 rats in my deck for most of the game, if I can swing that. And the goal is just going to be to get lots of Workers' Villages and Wayfarers, so that I can then draw my rats, and then bam, 20 rats. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I hope I'm going to do. Don't gain. This next hand is going to be crap, isn't it? It's like 3 estates, 2 coppers, a second silver, and a Workers' Village. So I mean, I'll hit 4. I guess that's probably fine. If I buy Piazza now, I will trigger a shuffle, which I actually don't necessarily want to trigger because it wouldn't have plus buy in it. So I should buy another Workers' Village, question mark. And a third one. Here I can buy Piazza. So he's just playing rebuild. Oh, somebody's unmuted. Whoever that is, please resolve it. All right. So we'll figure out whether I can do this in time. The good news is I have a slightly longer time frame to do this with than normal, because my plan isn't to like beat him on provinces, it's to beat him on tower points. and so it's okay if I don't get to the provinces very fast. The downside, of course, is playing with 20 rats. He's also had a really good draws, I think, so far for rebuild. Turn 2 rebuild, turn 3 rebuild. So that's not necessarily ideal. I don't think I want any more silvers, but I am fine turning estates into rats. That doesn't hurt my deck at all. It could potentially come back to bite me, I guess, if it means I piazza or rats at a time where I didn't want to. We'll see what happens with that. So here my options are Wayfarer, Workers Village, or Copper, Wayfarer, Wayfarer, Workers Village, which helps me get the piles emptied faster at the cost of putting another copper into my deck. I think that's still worth it. Or I can take another Workers Village, actually. Let's do that. I'm surprised he's let me have the flag for as long as he has. That was worth it. That was a little bit of a gamble there, playing the rats. Like I said, I don't really want to turn the rats into the Wayfarer until the end if I can help it. Don't gain silver. Well, again, here maybe I gain silver because it means I can afford Wayfarer plus Workers Village. I'm talking myself into buying lots of treasures, which I don't necessarily think I should be doing. Actually, no, it's more fine here, actually. It's more fine because my initial calculations of, oh, well, what if I only have like 15 to 16 draw to work with? We're assuming that I only got access to half the Wayfarers, which is not going to be the case in this case. Treasure copper. Don't gain silver. Don't gain. Don't gain. Okay. I really wanted to hit 8 here and take 2 Workers Villages, but I guess I can't quite swing that, can I? Not sure what the bottom cards are. Maybe I play another rats. There's 8. Don't gain. This looks good. So now we do Workers Village, Workers Village, Copper, 6 Wayfarers. Maybe I leave 1 in the pile. No, I want to draw them all. I was worried if maybe he has like a duchy pile or something, but that doesn't seem realistic. Okay, so now if I get to the end of my deck, I think I win. I'm surprised he let me have the flag for as long as he did. Maybe he just didn't have good opportunities to contest it. It does hurt him more, I suppose, to have a bunch of flags in his deck, because I can buy 1 flag, then trash 1 flag, then buy 1 flag, then trash 1 flag with rats, whereas he doesn't have a good way to trash the flag again. So every flag he wants, he has to buy a new one for it. Okay. Now I just need to get to the end of my deck, and I should be able to win here. Yeah, it's the win. And for anyone who hasn't seen it, this is how the rats pilot works. If you get to the end of your deck and you have at least, no, well, never mind. For anyone who hasn't seen it, you're still going to be in the dark because crabrat resigned. And you'll never know how to pile out the rats.